As local businesses pull their shutters down for the last time ahead of another 4-week lockdown, Kent MPs are expressing their frustrations at the latest plan and how it's being implemented.
How can it be that they can continue to sell essential and non-essential, and yet the independent shop next door that sells just some of that non-essential stuff that Wilkinson can continue to sell will be illegal for them to continue? I will not be abstaining. I'm paid to have a view. And tonight I will be voting against this.
I fear that on specific businesses, the lockdown is going to have a very damaging effect indeed. In the run-up to Christmas, obviously, retail outlets are looking for major sales. Provided that we can come out of this in the first week in December, then I think much of that business can be recovered. Not all of it, but much of it.
And Martin hopes that local businesses can cash in via their own digital platforms that they had to create and develop during the last lockdown.
Obviously, retailers that already have a good online presence can still capture demand digitally. The government has said they can also use their stores for click and collect purposes. So I think you've just got to be prepared for it. You've got to think outside the box and look at how you can leverage digital, particularly at a time like this, to continue to engage with your local customers.
And though it may lead to a painful contraction in the local economy, Sir Roger sees no real alternative to the government's current strategy.
This lockdown is not only necessary, but arguably could and should have been introduced a fortnight earlier. If we do not want our hospitals to become overwhelmed, if we don't want to have our medical staff, our nurses, faced with that terrible choice of having to decide who is going to live and who is going to die, then this is necessary.
Though he worries whether both businesses and consumers are going to be as principled about respecting lockdown second time around.
There is no doubt in my mind that people's patience is being tried. I think to some extent the government has allowed its own position to be undermined. One or two senior figures breaking lockdowns hasn't helped encourage other people to respect that law. But at the end of the day, if we don't, the consequences don't bear thinking about.
The hope seems to be across the business community that this digital stitch in time may save the Christmas 9. Katia Fowler for KMTV.